Hello, my friends. The prompt today I am to address: how do you make major choices in your life, like when you are going to die? And I say, this is the wrong question. How do you be you? That is the right question, because there is no how. As a matter of fact, a part of choosing when you die, some people do subconsciously. Some people do it consciously. It depends. It is the same thing going on. It is just at different parts of yourself. So the question is, are you powerful, cosmic, or are you a victim? My friend, you have power. One of the last talks I did was on the fact that you have power just because you are here in body. You have power. Do you recognize the power? Do you use the power? Do you tap into your power? Do you expand your power? That's different. You have power and you use that power, and it defines an aspect of yourself. If you are intentful, the way I am, my friend, then you would certainly consciously make a choice. What am I doing here? What you can say is my purpose, but that's not exactly how my powerful friends put it. They don't say, what is my purpose? They say, what am I doing here? What do I want to be, express, create? That is very different. And they know when that is done being created, what's next? There is something, isn't there? Next. Or you die and that's it. End of the story, it went away. Not when you tap into yourself, that powerful cosmic version of yourself. That version knows. What does it know? Tap into it now. Is that it? You die and poof? Or is there more? Is there a part of you that goes on? Does this life in this body come to an end or a completion, but a part of you does not? Now, if you know that there is some sort of exiting of the body, but a part of you goes on, then that part of you can stop and look at or ask the question, do I just die? Is someone else in charge? Or what am I here to do? I'm going to complete it before I exit. When that is the case, one of the things that happens is, depending upon where you are within completing what you set out to do, and you all set out to do something. There are very few of you that sit back and just let one thing happen after another and you don't set out to do anything. Most of you set out to do something. And sometimes you say, I don't care if my body is sick or has this problem. I'm going to complete this. You are choosing that you're not going to die yet. You are intending your life. Now, unfortunately, that's not terribly common. Unfortunately, what happens more often is Well, you would say to me, Mr. Zazoo, because that's what they call me. There are no names where I come from. Mr. Zazoo, I wanted to go to college and then do this and have this career and have a family and be so happy. And I say, that is not a plan. That is an idea. I am not saying it is a bad idea. I am saying, are you choosing what you are doing here? Are you going to your core, the core of your personality, the core of what stirs your soul, is how you put it, the core of your world? Now I'm starting to talk to you about worlds, and that is a different video. There is the regular world, and don't you notice that some people who really have power live in a different world? Yes, if you ran into them at the grocery store, you would be in the same world. Or are you? Is the grocery store you go to and experience the same one as someone who chooses what they are doing, who is completing and actively working on that, who is filled with intent, therefore filled with power, therefore on the mission, therefore unstoppable, therefore expanding, therefore they have huge presence, and therefore they're in a different world. The grocery store is different, and when they're there, it is different. It might even light up. People like that make friends quite easily because they are uplifting. You like the way you feel when you're around them. You like that they have more presence. It feels good, and you want to be that way too. So if you say to me, I wanted to go to college and then get a good career and family, I'm going to say to you, that's fine. But is it intentful? Because if it is not intentful, if you are not filled with yourself in your plan, in what you are choosing, then this is what happens. There's a hurricane, there's a tornado. Sometimes, I mean it literally, sometimes you forgot to dot an I one time. A person that my friends knew, a delivery man came, she signed. That's what you're supposed to do. You're at your business. When you are there and you receive a package, you're supposed to sign and receive the package, and it got him fired. What? It was a hurricane. Not a weather one, but a life one. And then something happens, and either you have an affair or there's no more connection, and maybe they have an affair. Now your family and your relationship, they aren't what you wanted. Come to think of it, shortly after you got together, it kind of stopped being so magical. Everything kind of went sour, Mr. Zazoo. I mean, I was working on the business, on my career. I was working on the relationship, sort of. I mean, you know, we were married and we were both working and we were both so busy, and then the kids. And yes, I know. Life happens. All of these things happen. Do they happen to you? Does it rain on your parade? Because you see, when you have a plan and you are intentful, things happen. They're supposed to happen. Sometimes they're beneficial, sometimes they're neutral, sometimes they set you back, but it doesn't matter because you have this roadmap in your plan, in your intent, and your power, and what stirs your soul, and what makes your world can't be stopped. Sure, a real hurricane might slow you down, but it isn't going to stop you. Now, if the hurricane comes along and causes an accident and you exit, well, that can happen. But that's not what I'm talking about. Yes, Sometimes it can just happen. However, there's a cosmic side to you that you can choose to embrace and be, or you can choose to let it happen. You catch my theme about just letting things happen? Does that ever work out? No. When you intend a plan, when you have your power, very different experience. Very different. So, there you are, you're living life. You tried to do what the boss said for 10 years, for 20 years, for 30. Is it retirement time yet? I am sick of all of this stuff. That's how I like to talk. I did this, I did that, I went here, I went that. You get worn out. Now, part of that is life. If you think that you are eternal in your body, in your flesh, you are young. It changes because you store this happening and your boss getting mad about that and the client and the this and the spouse and the child. It takes a toll, just like a boxing match. You can only take so much. The difference is there is weather all the time, every day. Some days it is blistering sun. Some days it is ice numbing cold, a tornado, an earthquake, a volcanic eruption, rain, just a lot of rain, and you're never going to dry out. That is life. And so, it is common when you don't have the plan you chose, when you didn't connect with your core, when you didn't say, I am cosmic. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to live cosmically. I'm going to be bigger. I'm going to, like it or not, believe in myself. I'm going to know myself. I'm going to take myself seriously instead of letting things just happen. Very different paths. And my friends, when those who just let things happen, who wanted the good life, they wanted the family, they wanted, you can only take so many blows. And then they get tired and they often, generally subconsciously, because you're not, well, sometimes it's conscious too, I give up. I'm tired. There's no way out. I'm stuck. The marriage isn't working. I'm stuck. Or the marriage left me. It was the love of my life and now my family's gone. I gave everything to the career and they let me go. I gave everything to the clients and I never got promoted. I give up. There is nothing I can do to make it all better. That's right. You cannot make life. You can be cosmic. So those who make the choice and embrace themselves as cosmic, they can choose a different path because you can say it's not necessarily that they were birthed with more energy, but their mindset keeps them in a different frequency. Their mindset and their plan, what they're interested in, what they value, what they take steps towards taking care of, growing, expanding, what's meaningful to them. It feeds their soul, feeds their soul is the way you would put it. It's not the way I would put it. I don't like those words, but that's what you'll understand. And when you feed your soul that way, you are engaged. Yes, you'll be complete. And when you're complete, that's fine. But until you're complete, you have a mission. As opposed to those who just try to do life. That is a great part of how you choose, not just when you're going to die, my friends, but the kind of life you're going to have. What kind of life are you leading? Cosmic beings don't just let life happen. I know that I am stirring you because you know it to be true. You either are inspired or maybe a little bothered. Either way, it's because the truth resonates within you. But it doesn't matter. You are never too late to become who you already are, to be more cosmic, to find what is important to you, not important to the world, not a cause, your cause. What if you had to take on a cause and you could speak to no one about it? Because it's not about what people are going to say. It's supposed to be about what it does to yourself, to your heart, to your energy, if you'd like, to your aura, to your soul. Therefore, those are the ones you should check with. Now, that is the beginning of a road to your cosmic self, where you are far more choosing and planning what happens to you when you die and how you live your life, my friend.